Broadcasting live from the Vegas Video Network studios, just steps from the Las Vegas Strip, it's Talktails! And now our host, she's our very own kaleidoscope of talent. What? It's Kelly Clinton!
Kaleidoscope, yay! Thank you so much, and welcome to Talktails on the Vegas Video. Thank you, Papa. Anyway, I am your host, and my name is Kelly Clinton-Holmes, and I'm so happy to be here. I don't know if you can tell. Can you see that this arm is bigger than this arm, or is it just kind of blending in? Hello, can I get a little feedback? Okay, well, I've been working out at the gym, but it's been so crowded, I could only do one arm. But back to the story. We have such a great show for you today. I'm excited about our guest. He wowed Las Vegas and the entire country. It's almost 2 years ago now when he won on America's Got Talent. We have songwriter, singer Michael Grimm with us in the studio. Woo! How exciting is that? He's so cool. But we do have some other people I want you to meet first. Another musician, songwriter, singer. Our Talktails orchestra, that's what we call him. This is our orchestra, Kenny Davidson.
Oh.
I can't hear you. Do it again. Do it again. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, Michael Grimm is over there going, whoa, are you kidding me? I can't wait to get in there with that hot band. Anyway, I love you, Kenny. He's playing at Don't Tell Mamas, by the way. I also want to say hello to our producer-director, Mr. Scott Whitney. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I thought it'd be funny just to say we had Michael's guitar on as our guest today.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I should have said hello. We have a guest right here that's coming on before Michael. But there it is.
There he is.
Hello?
Oh, he's a little shorter.
You know what? He's quiet, but we're going to fix
That's right.
that. Scott, I haven't seen you since that big party at the Tropicana. How are you?
We have a collective friend who apparently is an entertainment superstar here.
Yes.
Unbelievable how many people were there.
Yeah,
you were
talking
there.
about. Well, I was there, but now it was a birthday party.
That's what I'm talking about.
For a friend of ours, his name is Jerry Jones.
Right.
He sings with Fifth Avenue, and he's a phenomenal talent. And everybody and their mother showed up for the party.
It was.
And at the helm was Sky D. Miles.
Yes.
Our very talented friend, who was our guest before the guitar last week. And she was hot. Boy, she's such a great singer, but she's also a great entertainer. Were you there when she did that big blues number?
I was there for quite a bit of it. That was the first time I'd seen her sing. Man,
yeah,
she
she's a powerhouse.
Is good, boy.
Yeah, and we had
Oof.
Earl Turner was there, and clinton-holmes, and Tara Paulsha. All the guests that have been on Talktails were there.
We should have just brought the cameras there and did a whole new show.
You know what? We should have done that. It was a great party, though. It was his, can I say this, his 50th birthday party. And he looks great. And we also came from another party of our friend Heidi Metellus, and it was her 50th party, so everybody makes a big deal. I'm not going to get to enjoy that for a few years myself.
That's nice.
But, yeah, at least a decade before I get my 50th birthday. But,
You're 40? I was going to guess 32, 33.
Thanks. Love you. Let's move on. I got to... I wanted to say that, is anybody, first of all, we got to send some prayers and good wishes to all the people on the East Coast with this Hurricane Sandy happening right now. Apparently, it's the biggest case of PMS of anyone I've ever been. So
Oh, man.
Watch out. I know it's scary around my house. Anyway, I'm excited about our guest, Scott, because Michael Grimm is a songwriter, and Clint and I have had the pleasure of hearing him many times, and he's got such a great, soulful voice. And I know that he collaborates with other writers from time to time, and I, too, am a prolific songwriter. I've written, like, 3 songs, and I'm working on my 4th song, and I want to see if maybe I'm stuck. It's like writer's block. Did you ever have that happen, Scott?
Yes.
It's great talking to you, Scott.
Look.
I got writer's block, so I'm gonna throw out a verse here, and then maybe when we have Michael come on, he'll be able to, maybe punch it up a little bit.
I like it.
All right, hit it. Well, I got a PICC line IV in my arm, and it's gonna be there for a while. I said I got a PICC line IV all stuck up in my arm. Doctor said it's gonna be there for a little while, at least 8 months. 8 weeks or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12. But I can't wait to get this PICC IV line out of my arm, 'cause it's ruined my sexy, freckled in my 40s style. Yeah. It's too bad about that PICC line she got in her arm. I don't know what happened. Maybe she got a spinal infection.
I'm worried about you. I want you to start drinking.
We'll be right back after this with our special guest, Mr. Michael Grimm, on Talktails.
3, 2, 1. Oh, I need to come up with something funny to say. 3, 2, 1. Wow. But the co-host. Really, I have to say watching. Well,
That's how you do it. You dare
really?
watch. There
Okay,
you go.
I got it.
We are the Odds Couple.
Hi, my name is Scott Pritchard.
And I am Anthony Padilla.
You're watching the Vegas Video Network.
You are.
You are, we are too.
Welcome back. Michael and I were just working on my song. I'm so excited. He was the winner on 5th season, America's Got Talent, $1 million winner, songwriter, singer, so talented. Please welcome Mr. Michael Grimm, the Talktails. Hi, Michael.
How you doing?
I know I intimidated you with my songwriter.
A little bit.
You're just such a good songwriter. Now, my husband and we first saw you. I saw you sitting in with some friends in Santa Fe group before the America's Got Talent.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got such an old soul kind of special voice. Where did that come from? Where are you from?
I really don't know. I'm from Mississippi. I moved out here 10 years ago, and Santa Fe was one of the first bands I saw when I came out here, and the guys just, welcomed me in like a brother to the band, and been really close with them ever since. And I love those guys. The best band in the West, hands down.
They really are. Yeah. They're so good. And they took to you right away. You were so popular. Everybody was talking about you in town, so I wasn't surprised. None of us were surprised when you had such success on America's Got Talent. What made you try out for the show? I just don't see you joining in on a bunch of contest stuff, because you're an established songwriter, singer. What made you try out for that show?
A long life of trying to get a career going. 20 years I've spent doing this, and with the internet, I just don't really know what to do today. Just like a lot of artists, the internet hasn't evolved yet to the point of sustaining any career for anyone on its own. Not just yet, but it's almost there. And I've just been shopping myself to labels through the years, and it just never worked out. And they all know me. I've been now every label between L.A., Nashville, and New York, and I just so I'm getting a little older. I really don't know what to do now. Judy Alberti, the entertainment director of the station Casinos, called me and said that, look, why don't you go on America's Got Talent? They're having a little cattle call here in town. I want you to go to. And I went to it, and they didn't call me back.
Oh, you went? You did? Oh, so you auditioned and they first didn't?
No, they didn't call me back, and so I went. I said, well, that's the only show I'm going to try out for. I'm not going to try out for any others. I went on the road with Bill Medley. I played guitar for him for a little while. And then they called me that next year for that next season.
Oh, they called you, so you didn't have to go back and audition again.
Right. It was very weird. And then they just flew me out to L.A. The very next day I was on the stage in front of the judges. So.
And were a lot of people there auditioning as well, or?
Yeah, and I thought it was going to be another cattle call I was going to, but I showed up and I thought I was going to go out on the stage and there'd be, some other judges, but I was actually on the show at that point.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. All right. Oh, we got to hear. Okay, we got to make sure we hear what you say, Michael Grimm. That guitar was upstaging.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Okay, so you get called out. They obviously they filmed you the first time, and then
Right.
they looked through the footage, and then they called you back, and you were in. How many people were involved at the time? Meaning, how many contestants?
Oh God, thousands?
Thousands.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah.
So what's the next step? What happens after that?
For me, it was just I just kept on going to, they kept voting me through, and I thought, well, this is going to be the last time I'm performing, and it wasn't, and I went on through to the next one.
You're I'm used to rejection. This will be it.
Well, yeah, I was, and especially up to the very end there, where Jackie and I were. I knew she was going to win.
And Jackie was the girl.
The little girl, 9-year-old girl, the voice of an angel,
yeah.
and I was very happy for her, and I thought, well, she's about to win this. Thank God, but this is my worst nightmare, being up here next to her, and it came true, but I thought she was about to win, and they said my name, and I don't know. I still don't know what's going on.
I know, I was going through the footage today, and I saw the look on your face when you won. You were more surprised than, no one was surprised. You were more surprised than anybody else.
Well, yeah, I was thinking they were going to call her name out, and they called my name out. I wasn't prepared for that.
Now, you along the way, when it got down to like 10 people, then 6, or however it works, did you kind of have a camaraderie with the other contestants? Was it friendly?
Yeah, all the contestants are very friendly. I try to stay, when I was there, I tried to keep to myself because I didn't want there to be any weirdness going on there, and if anyone wanted to be my friend there, please, I made a lot of really good friends on that show too, by the way, and it's a competition with talent, and really you shouldn't, I don't know why they put talent in competitions like that, and these young kids that, have no experience of that sort, and it's a lot for them, but it becomes a competition, and I'm like, I feel like a president all the time. I didn't vote for you, my wife did, sort of thing. It's not really where I was thinking my career was going to go, but.
See, that was my instinct, was knowing you just a little bit, is that you're a very pure musician. It's about the music. It's about the honesty of the music, and the bells and whistles are something that comes along if you're successful that way. But a contest doesn't seem like something you really do, but it was really a really good idea, by the way.
Yeah, Judy Alberti, yeah, that was a good idea, Judy. She stayed on me a couple years to go do it, and I eventually did it.
Well, we're glad you did it. The whole town felt like, you are family to all the people that have gotten a chance to know you a little bit, and everybody was, in fact, it was kind of like you said about the presidency. It was like, we wanted you to win, you deserved to win, and sometimes the wrong person wins, and it doesn't make any sense, like you were referring to earlier. So it was like we were all going to move to Canada if you didn't win.
I don't know if there's a right, if there's a correct one to win or whoever. One loses, the other one, wins, and he had everyone voting for him, and the other one didn't. So,
but all your experience, you deserved it.
I guess it paid off,
It did.
So.
Now, it looks like we have a live chat question from Michael Grimm. Who do we have, Scott, and what do they want to know?
Well, Kelly, we actually have about 50 questions.
Get ready,
both email and live chat. I'll start with an email. This is from Gail. Gail wants to know, she said that once in an interview you said you were writing 2 songs, one for each of your grandparents. Have you completed these songs, and when will your fans be able to hear them?
Okay, because your grandparents are so special in your life. In fact, that was so you wanted to help them if you won on the show.
I have a lot of songs that I wrote for them, and we'll put them on an album come real soon.
Yeah. They want to hear them, so he will. He's going to record them. Do you have another question you want to ask now, Scott?
Oh, sure.
If you don't, I have.
No, I do. I've got a bunch of them. Let's see. Bright-eyed something or other wants to know. What's your favorite original song, and do you think you might be able to play a little bit later?
You've written a lot of songs, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't really have a favorite. I get tired of them after a while, and then I'm moving to the next. But I Am is a really good song I wrote with Kevin Hunter from the band Wire Train, and I'll play that little piece for you.
Okay, we'll do that in a little while. Now, one of the great things that happened to you because of winning was you got to do a record with a producer that
Oh, yeah.
you had a lot of respect for. Don was. And some of the people he worked with, Elton John.
Oh my, it goes on and
Just
on.
the
The
list
Rolling
goes on.
Stones. I mean, you could just name, any hit. Name 3 of them. I'm sure he recorded one of them, but it was an honor recording with him, and I also got to do a duet with Ann Wilson on that album, from Heart, and Travis Tritt, who I grew up
Wow.
listening to. So it was really fun. And then all the musicians, they were legends alone. Waddy Wachtel was on the album with Kenny Aronoff on drums, and I'm going to drop names here.
Are these some of the people, who are some of the people who influenced you first as a singer and as a musician as well?
It was a dream come true because that was the case. I got to work with the people I grew up, looking up to.
Now, when you first started singing, your influences were, you lived with your grandparents, right? You and your sister grew up with your grandparents.
That's right.
And what were they listening to? What were you hearing?
Old
as a
country
young man?
music.
Country music?
Oh yeah, old country music. Growing up in South Mississippi, it's with your grandparents. It was listening to Ernest Tubb and Ray Price and George Jones, and that's where I got really my fill of music. My grandmother inspired me playing music in church on the weekend. On Sundays, at Southern Baptist Church, my sister and I would sing, and next
Do
to
you remember
her,
the first song you ever sang? In front of people?
it was Jesus Loves Me. Yes, I do.
Didn't you
My
write a
sister-
song with, and I don't have my notes in front of me, about Jesus?
Oh no.
Oh,
Well, back in I think
you-
I know what you're talking about here. Back in 1997, somewhere back then, I won an award for a song called John Wayne and Jesus.
John Wayne and Jesus.
Right, it was a Christian country song. And
So- What was it about?
it's, when I was a kid, sitting on my my mama's knee. I'll never forget all the stories she'd tell from the Bible that she'd read, and then it would go into a verse talking about, remember my daddy telling me all these things about John Wayne and watching John Wayne, and the chorus just said, I want to be like those two guys. I want to be like John Wayne and Jesus,
Very
So
cool.
this, and I didn't write that song. Nick Granada and Terry Bell wrote that song. Great songwriters out of Nashville.
Now, that's another interesting thing is you were discovered by some folks and you moved to Nashville, or they brought you to Nashville. So this is a big deal, the award that you kind of said, I won tell me the name of the award again.
It was the Christian Country Music Award of 1997, and it was the Star of Tomorrow Award.
Yeah, that's a big deal, Michael.
Oh, it was a very big deal, yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to perform on the old Grand Ole Opry, the Ryman Auditorium.
Yeah.
I got to perform on that stage. And
How old were you?
I was 17.
17
I want
years
to say,
old.
yeah.
See, you've been a winner all this time.
Never looked
Just
at it
say
that way.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, Kelly, I have been a winner.
I like that.
We have another question. I'm shocked. Live chat. Tracy?
Yeah, Tracy from the live chat. With a voice as distinctive as yours, did you have to work on it, or has it always been so great?
Oh wow, no, it's definitely you're not born a singer like that. You can have a good ear or something, but you're not going to really hone in on it unless you get out and do it. And I've spent my life singing, and when I started out singing, it was I sounded like a little girl, when I would sing, and
Was it
was
clear?
very
Was it
clear,
not-
and very high pitch, and through the years of singing, it's rasped up, and the tone had dropped, and while that's been happening, I've been honing in on it and trying to focus on how to direct it through the years. So yeah.
So when you started out, you were singing some country music, right? And then I read something about, first of all, you're self-taught guitar player, and then you ended up working in a show called Legends in Concert in Biloxi, right?
As a guitarist, yes. Not as one of the acts. I
You
wasn't
weren't
Dwight
impersonating.
Yoakam or anyone coming out, But no, I was playing guitar for Legends and doing backup vocals, and that's how I wound up out here.
Tell me about Cookie Watson.
Cookie Watkins.
Watkins.
Yes, Cookie Watkins. She does Tina Turner. That's why I was playing for Legends in Concert, and Cookie came in as a Tina Turner, and she would just get up from her bed, dead asleep, and just walk onto the stage and just wail.
Just
belt it out. And I just admired that so much. I said, man, I want to do that. And, you know, I was still a teenager back then. That's when I thought, well, I want to start looking into that music a little more. You
so
know?
that changed.
That really
changed what you were singing.
Right. It was Cookie influenced that. You know, when I saw her. Yeah.
I've heard her before.
She is. Yes, she does.
Because you've got that gruff, soulful. You know, Bill Medley. It doesn't surprise me that you ended up working with him, right,
Mm-hmm.
for a while.
Oh yeah,
and that's
Bill.
that kind of. Do they call it blue-eyed soul?
He's the one now. When I said that around him one time, he like to jumped out of his seat.
We didn't like
it.
it.
He said, I coined that. That's my phrase. I said, oh well, that's when when people say blue-eyed soul, you think of Bill Medley, you know. But he's like, no, I coined that. That is mine. You know, so,
you must got beat up by a righteous brother.
Yeah, I almost did.
Not too many people can say.
Right.
And then you say, did you travel with him in his show? I
traveled with him playing guitar in his show, yeah, and I performed with he and his daughter in his show, and that's where I was when America's Got Talent called. I was in Branson working a show with him out there. That's right.
Do we have another question from live chat?
Yes, we do.
All right. See how popular you are,
Both
Mr.
Hardy and Pat want to know. Yes, we do. Both Hardy and Pat want to know when your new CD is coming out.
Ooh, wow. You know, I want to put a rush on it, but I don't, you know, because the last CD I did, I just wanted to get something out there for everybody. And this time around, I want to take my time a little bit, get the songs on there that everybody's been requesting. This album's going to be all originals. So I don't know, maybe another month, might be 2 months, but no more than 2.
See, I had a friend ask me, in fact, it was Jerry Jones, the birthday boy. He said, if you could make the perfect Michael Grimm record, what would it consist of? Is that it right there? Your original tunes?
The perfect Michael Grimm. If I knew that how to answer that album, I would have been successful a long time ago in this business. I really don't know how to answer that one. I just get, you know, I like writing songs with and collaborating with great songwriters and then going in and recording it and seeing how it comes out. So.
I'm hoping that there might be room for that. I got an IV pick line stuck in my arm blues. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a little different angle, but
we'll
maybe
work
not.
on
Just
that, yeah.
think it over. I had another question from Jerry. He I think you know Jerry for a while now, but the favorite song, well, someone already asked that you've ever recorded, which you said you don't have a favorite. You know, I want to know what your process is. A lot of songwriters, everybody writes differently. Some of them hear a hook line first, and then they build the song from there. Some write the music and then add the lyrics later. I mean, what's your style? How's it usually start?
Don't have any particular approach. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes it comes with a hook first. Sometimes it just comes with a melody. You know, the way I like to write a song is to let the song create itself. Don't try to, you know, turn it into something else. You know, when you're writing it, if it feels like it wants to go there, let it go there. Don't try to take it over here. You know, so
you're not going to be like writing commercial jingles for people that, you know, write a song about a hamburger. Right. Quick, I need it in an hour.
No, that's a little easier than writing a commercial hit, you know, on the radio. There's really no formula to it. It's just.
But it comes from you and things you're going through.
It can,
Most
yes,
of the time?
it can. The things I write, yes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I have another question. When did you start wearing the hats?
When did I like the fedora. Very nice.
Thank you, Tanya. When did you, I mean, you've been wearing, you wrote in your bio, or someone wrote, just being who you are, wearing hats and singing songs.
The hat is just really, it's a symbol as, you know, I'm not going to let somebody mold me into what they want. And that's why I haven't made it, you know, in the business, I guess, you know, it's been a long time anyway. I've been trying to do it. the hat, like I say, it's just a symbol. I'm not taking my hat off for the business. I'm leaving it on. This is my life. I know me better than you. You know.
Right.
So
but it's something that makes you feel good. It makes
it's a part of me that I can
part
still hang on to when I'm out, when everybody has contracts on me and everything, right? And it's that one little piece that I can still claim, you know, it's mine.
I like that.
Right?
I like that a lot. We have another live question. Scott?
Just a ton of them are coming in. First, some nice feedback. Kelly just wants you to know that seeing you perform live is an awesome experience. LP Kramer says, have you ever worked with Barry Manilow?
I have not. Well, I haven't worked with him on stage, but when I won the show and I was heading back from California, Barry had called me on my cell phone, and he left a voicemail in it because I didn't know the number, and it says, "Hey, Michael, this is Barry Manilow calling. Can you give me a call back, please, at this number?"
Wow. Did you think it was a prank phone?
I thought it was, but I called him back, and we got together and we started writing, he and I, on his piano, and just talking and whatnot. And then his show, left, and I don't know. I've called him here and there, and still keep in touch.
I mean, it's got to feel good to have.
It's really neat when Barry Manilow calls you.
Yeah.
On your cell phone.
I mean, I can tell you this: Barry Manilow has never called me. And it's cool because he writes the songs and you write the songs.
He writes the songs. Right?
Anyway, speaking of writing songs, do you feel like bringing your guitar into the scene?
Sure.
Maybe just, I don't know, give us a little piece of a Michael Grimm original. In fact, you could do one or two. Just give us a little piece of something.
Well, this is what I do better than talking.
Can we hear? I'm going to go like this. I'm going to be like a mom.
Yeah, make sure that mic's up.
Okay.
This is called I Am. Chestnut hair and serious smile, raspy laughing eyes, too deep to swim inside. Your fractured light and sideways glance, time after time. You make me think I can, and you make me wish for heaven's sake that I could be your man. Then I remember, then I remember, then I remember. I am.
Woo. Oh, thank you. Wow. Boy, that's good.
Thank you.
I love that. I feel like the whole room went quiet here because we're just... Okay. So, do we have another question, Scott? Otherwise, I'm going to promote Michael Grimm. Yeah. You do have another question?
Yeah, we do.
Bring
They
it
want
on.
to know if you're touring in 2013 and if you're going to be on the East Coast.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I don't know for sure where I'm going to be at just yet, but we are working on a lot of bookings out there, so I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on it, so just keep posted on the website and the Facebook and all of that good stuff. And
MichaelGrimmMusic.com.
MichaelGrimmMusic.com.
You've been traveling a lot, huh?
I have, yes.
But you're going to be here for a little while. I know you've got some things coming up. You're going to be November 16th in Aliente.
That's right, yeah.
November 17th at the Ovation. You're there
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday night, so you don't want to miss that. You got to go to Green Valley Ranch to the Ovation Room. That's the 17th and every Saturday. November 4th and 5th, Talking Stick Resort, and that's in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah.
So November 4th, 5th, 11th, and 12th, you're there. November 18th and 21st, or 18th through the 21st at the Palazzo.
Yeah.
Okay. So every Saturday night we have the opportunity, unless you want to go to Scottsdale, Arizona, which I'd be happy to go, Clint, if you want to take me. But anyway, so you're all over the place now. We're going to do another song, but I want to ask you, what would you love to do, or who would you love to perform with that you haven't had the opportunity to do that with yet?
I've been trying to do this for years now, but I don't think maybe with you sitting here it might help.
Oh, me? It's
Clint,
me you
wait.
dream about working with? Okay, I misunderstood.
Like to do something with Clinton-Holmes.
Clinton-Holmes,
Yeah.
You know what? I know him.
I was hoping you would.
I know his first and last name, and I can talk to him. I know he's
see if
always
you
wanted
can.
to work with you.
I've always wanted to work with him. That's for certain.
He wants to write songs with you, too.
That's.
And his are way better than the Ivy pick lines. All right, could you do another song for us?
Sure. Yeah.
It's been so great having Michael Grimm with us. This is greatness.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something. Can't see. Yeah, you already know. I'm going back to Louisiana, to that girl I left behind. Well, she's my kind of woman. She's just my size. She knocks me out the way she looked me in the eye. Going back to Louisiana, to that girl I left behind. Well, I've been to Memphis, Tennessee, and I've been to Kansas City too. But I never met a woman who could love me like you do. Back to Louisiana, to that girl I left behind. Well, she used to live in Shreveport, but then she moved. Bet you 10 to 1 she gonna Baton Rouge. I won't live it up, if you know what I mean. If I have to go as far as New Orleans, yeah, it's been fine talking to you, but you know that I've got to find my baby and move on down that line. Back to Louisiana, to that girl I left behind. I'm going back to Louisiana, to that girl I left behind. Yeah, I'm going back to Louisiana, to that girl I left behind.
Can you guys jam on that a little bit? Michael Grimm, ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Davidson. Thank you for watching Talktails on the Vegas Video Network. Can you jam out with that? Woo! We'll see you next time. MichaelGrimmMusic.com. You playing New Orleans tonight? You ever get there?
Oh yeah, I love playing New Orleans, yeah.
It seems like they go crazy for you there.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Keep playing.